What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday over here. Bitcoin, as we speak, is at about 27.5K. It is looking bullish at the moment. In my opinion, we're going to be taking a look into the charts of Bitcoin very quickly because it's going to affect how the altcoins move. The main topic for this post will be about AVAX. See what has changed since the last time we have talked about this coin. Is this coin able to break out of its downtrend? And it's looking like it's very close to that, okay? It's very close to a decision point, so it's definitely not something to be taking your eyes off of. We're going to be talking about some upside as well as downside price targets for AVAX. Just got to keep it realistic with you guys, as well as some key price levels to be paying attention to in order for this coin to go either direction. I'm going to be giving you guys my personal sentiment and opinions about this overall crypto market as a whole, so make sure to stay around for that later in this video. Of course, none of what I'm saying here is financial advice. It's purely my personal opinions and speculations. I could very well be wrong. I am not a financial advisor nor an elite trader of any sort, even though I am a profitable trader who's been able to keep most of my profits during the last bear markets. But I'm looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, if you guys feel pumped, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into the charts here. All right, so we're going to go over Bitcoin real quick because this is very important. It is, in my opinion, the main driver of this market. As we have seen yesterday when Bitcoin was not doing so well, we did see, basically almost all these altcoins being smashed. But today, it did have some bullish signals for the moment. Let's take a look into that, okay? So, as I've been mentioning last week, right, Bitcoin is going to hit some resistance at about that 28K level. Bitcoin went as far up as about 28.6K area, but we are not able to get a close on top of the daily 200 SMA, which is going to be at about your 28K area, which is the orange line here, okay? If Bitcoin is able to get a daily candle close and hold above the daily 200, that's going to look very good, okay? Not just for itself, but also for the overall crypto markets. Of course, what I'm really looking for after that will be a weekly candle close above the weekly 200 SMA. That will basically tell me that you're going to close on top of all weekly moving averages at this point if you are able to get that weekly candle close above weekly 200 SMA and hold above that. Then the next test for Bitcoin will really be about that 32K area, okay? Then, it's going to look a lot more bullish for the altcoins. But right now, it is at a decision point. So going to be very cautious. Let's take a look into even the hourly time frame here for Bitcoin, right? Because we did have some pretty recent development in terms of price action. Now, Bitcoin here did break out of a falling channel pattern, right? This has been running since about yesterday. Falling channels usually do break to the upside, okay? So I'm going to discard this, even though the price action looks like it has broken back into the pattern, so it's basically invalidated. But what's really going on, in my opinion, right, it's like it's looking like it's forming a possible cup and handle, not fully formed, but I'm just taking my best guess because you kind of have a rounded bottom so far on this hourly time frame. Of course, if things change, then we're going to come back tomorrow or whenever things change and see what's going on in this market instead. But right now, it is looking like it is bullish for the crypto markets at the moment, as you guys can see. Quite a bit of altcoins are bouncing back, even though, Ethereum, Total 3 are not yet overall, but, it's not like yesterday where we actually just go down the list and see, basically almost all red, right? So this is what I'm seeing so far. Let's see if this Bitcoin price action could continue back upwards to retest 28.6K, because that is the next, requirement for you to actually form a cup and handle, right? You got to retest the previous high at about 28.6K, right? Before forming that cup and handle, but that's just my best guess right now. Of course, I could very well be wrong. Let's go ahead and take a look into AVAX. See what has changed here since last time. So last time I talked about AVAX, I pointed out a falling wedge pattern, right? Very apparent on the weekly time frame. It looks like the price action is very close to that upper trend line there, right? Let me line up all the candles, right? I think it's gonna be on the 3-day time frame where I can see all 3 candle touches. There you go. Okay, so it's on the 3-day time frame where I can actually see more of a falling wedge pattern, right? It's just when I adjust the trend lines on a different time frame, they're gonna come out kind of messed up on another time frame there. So, all right, let me go ahead and remeasure this. This is still good. Okay, that has not been messed up. I'm still gonna put it right here, just since things haven't really changed. And basically, if I put it right here, the measure target as of October 22nd, the 3-day candle of October 22nd, then you're gonna get a measure move up to about $20 area. Okay. Measure moves are estimates only. You guys can do your Google searches on what measure moves, measure targets, falling wedges, whatever trading concepts I am throwing out here. Go ahead and Google search that. It's basically public knowledge that is free. Go and educate yourself on technical analysis, because if you guys do want to stay here for the long run, trading or even investing, in my opinion, this is going to be a very useful tool. So you guys minimize or reduce the chances of stumbling into a pattern like this, right? You don't want to be, not looking at a chart and coming into the market when, it's, somewhere in here, right? Or in here, right? We've all done that. I've done that. And that was my motivation to learn technical analysis, so I don't have to go through the same pain again, or at least reduce the amount of mistakes that I would make, right? Now, measure target $20 area, okay? That is an estimate. It could be over and under. It is not going to be an automatic drive to that price. Just got to keep it realistic, okay? Now, price action is very close to that upper trend line. Would it be the break this time? Okay, it looks like it's very much pushing it right now, okay? Let's take a look into some key price levels to be paying attention to, key resistances to be paying attention to right now. Currently, you do have the daily 50 SMA at about $9.75, even though the price action is on top of that right now. We still got 5 more hours until this candle close. So I don't consider the the resistance being broken until you get a solid candle close above that resistance. So in my opinion, the daily 50 SMA, it is still your resistance at about $9.75 until you get a candle close. And we'll see that in the next about 5 hours. Your 3-day 21 is also at it's going to be about $10 area, okay? That doesn't close for another 2 days, right? And you guys can basically do this 3-day 50 SMA, would be about $12 area. 3-day 200 SMA is way out there beyond even the measure target at about $25 area, the orange line here. Did I mention the daily 200? The daily 200 is going to be about $13.50 area, the orange line on the daily time frame. You guys can basically run through the same exercise for your weekly, monthly, and whatever time frames you guys are focused on, right? We're not going to do that here for time's sake. Let's go ahead and point out some key supports to be paying attention to, right? You guys can also go through past trading history as well based on whatever time frames you guys are trading on or interested in for both supports and resistances. We can do some of that for support here, right? For support, we are basically at one, right? At about $9.50 area. You can see it based on past trading history. Based on right here, that's going to be June of 2021. That 950 to $10 area is going to be a range. July 2021. And then you're going to see it December of last year. January of this year. So about 950 to $10 area. Okay, so we are basically at a main support right now. If these do not hold, the next group of candles you can actually see it's going to be way down here. Right, this is on the monthly time frame. That's going to be a lot lower. Okay, so you guys can probably see for yourself. That's going to be coming from about September 2020 to December 2020. Okay, that group of candles right there, that's going to be your next group of support there. That's going to be about the $5 area. So it's going to be a pretty far drop if this key support right now that we're at about that $10 area does not hold. Now, my personal sentiment on this market is still bullish. I am still long on quite a bit of altcoins. Very cautious at this time because we're not really sure if Bitcoin is going to blast through that 28K area or will it come back down to about 25K. And in that sense, it's going to look a lot more dangerous for Bitcoin and crypto markets. Something I don't usually point out as much is the stock market, right? Because in my opinion, the stock market is correlated with Bitcoin, but on a higher time frame, right? On the monthly and sometimes the weekly. But something key to point out is that the ES1, which is the futures for the S&P 500, is very close to the daily 200 SMA. So that is going to be something important to point out at this time because if the price action actually breaks below this daily 200, that is not going to be looking good for the stock market. And I don't think very much it's going to look good for crypto as well. Okay, so that is something to be keeping an eye out on now. So that's basically it for this post. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good rest of the day, and I will see you guys on my next post.